Hey guys, thanks again for joining me. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne, and in this video I'm going to be giving a general love reading focusing on divine partners, and that includes all soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, and all love relationships that you're connected to. So I advise you to take what resonates with you and just leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. Also, this is a video that was sent to you, so I'm sure there's a message for you. Sometimes it's good to just take notes down or revisit the video. Okay, so now that we are in the midst of the middle part of August, it's a really exciting time. A lot of things happened just past month, and a lot of things happened the previous month. So now we're kind of trying to slow it down, because now we're easing into a slower season is coming up, a slower season that we're winding down. We're winding down, getting prepared for, autumn activities, which is great. I love autumn. It's one of my favorite seasons. I know a lot of people are cringing and saying, oh, I don't really like autumn. I do. Summer is great. I love summer. But you know what? Now is a time to just, like I said, just take it down a little bit, because, kids are going back to school and things are starting to come back to the normal routine. It's not a good time to put too much in your planner or put too much in your itinerary, because you want to get everything done. You have next month as well, and the following month. Remember, everything happens because you are who you are, and it happens for a reason. Always remember that, okay? So today I'm going to be giving, like I said, a general love reading. Divine masculine on this side, divine feminine on this side. Now it's hard for me to put the camera on me without this lighting to be, like a glare with the cards. So I will show you the cards as I lay them out. Okay, so I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. The first card for the divine masculine is inner child, and as you can see, divine masculine is working on themselves pretty strongly too. We've been seeing this in a way where divine masculine knows that there is a lot of change about to happen. Yeah, a lot of change. Now, divine masculine knows that they need to start over again. They need to start letting go and releasing. So there's pretty much of a deep purge about to happen with divine masculine. It's not easy for divine masculine. Divine masculine have been having a pretty rough time this past few months with trying to find themselves. Now, I know we talk about awakenings happening, and it is. But remember, pre-awakening happens first, and pre-awakening is when you release that stuff, when you let go of that stuff, when you understand that stuff. Because if you're just about to go into awakening, you still have some excess whatever. And when you are not focusing on what is being shown to you, you won't get it. Yeah, seriously. Do you know that we awaken continuously? It's not just like, well, I went through my awakening, so-and-so year. No, it doesn't work that way. We continuously awaken to things. We are constantly evolving spiritually. Remember that. And every time divine masculine gets to that point, they get to that place where they need to be, they seem to somehow lose the fact where they're supposed to be, and they go backwards. Yeah, it's kind of like one step forward, one step back, one step forward. And it's not a bad thing, but it's just, we get tired. Divine masculine gets tired. Divine masculine knows, and we've been seeing a lot of that, a lot of challenging times for divine masculine. Self-forgiveness, let go of old guilt, and remember that you're God's perfect child. Love this card, very beautiful. Mermaids, love mermaids. I don't know if you could see that. But yeah, self-forgiveness. As they're doing their inner child work, maybe shadow work. Shadow work is something that we all should do. We should all look into what is behind our, I don't know how you would call it, but it's the shadow behind us that we are not realizing. And with self-awareness, we need to be aware. We need to understand it. The inner child is there. And the inner child is you when you were a child. Remember when you were a child? How things were so much different, and things were more exciting. And it was like these little things made you excited. These little things were just so intriguing. And as you got older, it wasn't the same. Think about it. Was it the same? No. It got a little bit okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, whatever. And before you know it, you just don't even go there. And then you would reminisce with someone, and you would say, well, when I was a child, when I was a kid, it was like this. Guess what? that kid is still there. That kid never left. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to just be a kid. Yeah, be a kid, because that inner child wants to come out. And you know what happens with that inner child? They don't look at ego. They don't look at pride. They don't look at anger or, anything what they do that shields them from being who they are. The child actually just wants love and wants to just be loved. And that's where the divine masculine is today. They want to be loved. They want to have that love. But though when they can't find that love, there's a certain thing that goes on, and they seem to push it away, and it's procrastination. Procrastination. Well, there goes that glare from the sun. I'm trying to hide from it with my hat as well. Procrastination, because they're not getting it, and they do get it, but though they're scared. Divine masculine is not a negative. And they're not, I should say, they are negative. Of course they're not negative, but they're sometimes they put themselves in a negative place where they're not getting it, and that's where it's time for them to dream big. This card is telling us, let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. Another mermaid. See yourself succeeding. And you know what? Like I said about the inner child, because that card just keeps popping up and I just keep feeling it. Sometimes, like when you pull out a card, I can pull out several cards, and it's just one card that just keeps jumping at me. And I feel like this is a message for someone. It's time to start looking at bigger things, better things. And I'm not saying what you're doing right now is not good enough, because you're doing the best you can. And you know what? It's nice to dream. That's the reason why I like to explore. I'm just giving an example on myself. I know I always talk about myself as example, but I'm the only one here, and I don't want to, call anybody out, but I'm calling myself out. So, dreaming big, I like to look at things that are not in my reach for now, but later I plan to. I always say I'm going to take my dream vacation one day. Dream vacation to Hawaii or to Tahiti, or someplace tropical and nice. Maybe so. I've been there before. I've been to Hawaii before, but though it's still a dream, because I want to go there because it was just so beautiful. It's like something you've seen. It was like a dream that you want to just relive. And sometimes you have a dream, and maybe you've never been there. Looking at different photos, looking at videos, or just talking to someone who has been, helps you to dream. Now, I'm not talking about like, let's all dream of a vacation. Vacations are great. Vacations help us, but you could also do a staycation too. Remember, I'm always doing staycations. I love to just staycation here. It's so nice and it's so peaceful. But my point here is, guys, you have to dream big. If there is a relationship that you're trying to get closer to, you know that you two are meant to work it out. But why is he just being so stubborn? Why doesn't he see you for who you are? Why don't she see you for who you are? Don't underestimate the situation so deeply. Don't look at it so deeply. Don't analyze it so deeply, because guess what? You're going to find, what it is that you need in your life by just focusing on what you have inside your center. Dream big. Dream big, and that energy will be reflected on you, because once you do this, you find that you're starting to look at things more openly. I like to open myself to everything. Everything is always a possibility. Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Raise your hands. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard, please. You really need to forgive yourself. Self-forgiveness is very, very important. I say this because I see this a lot. I really do. And a lot of people say to me, well, how do I forgive myself? I didn't do nothing wrong to myself. Of course you didn't. But there's something inside of you that guilt, just like it says, let go of old guilt. Remember, you're God's perfect child. Just like release it, whatever. I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I should have done this. I did this wrong. Don't be so hard. You did it for a reason. You are who you are today, and you're beautiful, and you're amazing. Sometimes we do get shuffled around, yeah, and sometimes we carry around with us some issues and some baggage, but so what? That's just part of life. That's what we do. Self-love is what is what is important for divine feminines here. You know, we're getting all these cards and they're all relating to both divine masculine and divine feminine. It seems like they're both going through almost the same thing, because divine masculines knows that there's that inner work, that inner child that's looking to come out, but also they're procrastinating. They're not giving in to what they truly want because they're still holding on to a grudge. And you know what? That's what holds on to a lot of stuff. Maybe your partner or the person you're waiting for, the person that you're connected to, is not forgiving themselves, and they hold like this huge big amount of guilt, and there's nothing you can do and say about it because you're feeling it too. Yeah. So more of like, let yourself be for the time being. Dream big. Keep dreaming. Keep focusing on yourself. That self-love is going to kick in. You have to love yourself. When I say self-love, I know I talk about it a lot, and you might hear about it a lot, because it, quite frankly, it's really necessary for anything to happen good in your life. You know, the first step of healing is self-love. And if you're not healed, you're always going to feel like something is necessary for you to get better. Why am I not getting better? Why am I not getting healed? Why am I doing this and doing that and doing this and I still feel frustrated? And you just say, forget it, I'm not going to even do it no more. That's not really self-love. That's actually trying to be self-loved. Trying to do what other people are telling you to do. Don't do what other people are telling you. Do what you feel is in your heart. You know, maybe you're not that person that everybody expects you to be, but it's time for you to start expressing yourself, because maybe you're waiting for that person, you know, whatever it is, whatever your situation is. I don't know, you know, and I can't tell you what to do. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to help you. Staying optimistic. Your dreams are coming true. Look at that. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. Yeah, I love it. You could read that too. You could see it. A beautiful card. I love these mermaid cards. One of my favorite decks by Doreen Virtue. And you know what? It's just that you're not opening yourself to what is being brought to you. And I see this a lot as well. I can't be that cheerleader. You can't be it either. You have to just feel it within. You know, you heard the phrase, fake it till you make it. Yeah, it does to a point. But how much can you make yourself happy, right? I mean, I'm just being truthful with you guys, because I go through the same thing. As many of you know me, you know, I post like everything on Instagram, Facebook, and I like to let you guys know what's going on, because I'm just like, I love you guys. I want to engage with you, and a lot of you have been asking me. So it's something we do on social media. It's a part of us. So I'm here with you on your journey, and I apologize for the horn. It's like I have a big parking lot in a park and lots of activities going on, even a swimming pool on the other side. So it's a recreation center, skate park, tennis courts, everything. Okay, patience. Patience for all of these things that you're waiting for, that you're looking for. Patience, very important. You know what? We say we have patience. I have to be honest, I don't really have that much patience. Not that I don't want to, maybe it's my Gemini moon. I'm Scorpio with a Taurus rising, you know, and Gemini moon kind of conflicts with what I truly am. But you know what? That's why I say to you guys, I understand, because we're together. Divine masculine is going through their own stuff. The divine feminines as well. You may be feeling a little bit of both. Seriously, because it lives inside of us. I know I'm feeling both, okay? I really am. I'm feeling both. And you know what? When I feel like I'm like lost, when I'm feeling like something is, you know, like kind of like getting me to the point where I'm just gonna explode, well, you have to release something. You have to let it go. You have to take a break. You have to take it down a notch. Do whatever it takes to lift your vibration. You have to take a break from whatever it is, because otherwise you're like a pressure cooker. Do you ever see a pressure cooker? You know, if any of you know what a pressure cooker is, you know, it just wants to, you got to be careful when you open that pressure cooker, because you're going to explode. You do it very slowly and gently, and you know what happens? It all eases down. It all, you know, works itself out. It's all about patience. One step at a time, one day at a time. If the situation you're involved with, that person is just not responding to you, you obviously have two options. Walk away because it's just not working, because you just don't feel it, or you just can't put your energy into it right now. Or have the patience, because you know it's going to work out, because you feel it. You have to go with your gut. You know, your gut is basically intuition. It's the guides. Your energy, you can feel things. You know, do you know that we're all connected? Do you know that we all have some form of spiritual gifts, psychic gifts? Maybe not everybody can predict the future or see the same gifts. And this is a time to just find yourself, you know, finding what truth is. Have faith. Your prayers are manifesting. Remain positive and follow your guidance. You see what I mean? This is the card I'm talking about. Have faith. So the relationship is there. And you know what? A lot of people have been asking, you know, because they get conflicted, you know, like something may tell them that one thing, and then they get another, you know, like message, and they're like, how do I define which one is really telling me that it's good for me, or it's something I'm not hearing? Well, maybe that's because you got clutter. When you have clutter, you will not be able to understand no reading, no message, no nothing. And when I say clutter, it's because you're too occupied in your mind, and ego sometimes can take place, and ego can actually inhibit you from receiving a reading, a message. I give personal readings every day. And if somebody is clouded and they can't hear me, and you know, like it's going in one ear out the other, I'm going to reschedule, because I'm going to tell them we can't do this. I don't want to just talk for nothing. I want to talk to you, you know, like I'm doing right now. That's why I say take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, and maybe revisit, because we're not always in tune with things. You know, when you're taking courses too, you know, sometimes did you ever take like a course and maybe one day you're just like absorbing all the information, boom, you're hitting, and then another day, you know, you try to do it and it's just like, why am I not absorbing it? Why is my brain not hearing it? Because you're not focused. You have to be focused. You have to have the faith inside of you to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's many different ways to look at this, but the one thing I can tell you is that conflicting things that's in your mind, you need to stop it, because you've been procrastinating in your life because you're not focusing on what is truth, what you need to focus on. The relationship you're waiting for is right there. It's right in front of you, but you have to open yourself to it. Maybe you've met energetically, but you haven't met it spiritually, physically. You know, like the energy is like trying to bring you two together. And you could have met that person maybe online, physically. You know, everybody is different, so I don't want to confuse matters of the most, but take what I'm telling you right now. Love yourself. Love yourself. Dream big. Focus on what is being told to you. The messages that you're getting, those are the right messages. Write them down. Maybe tomorrow you're going to understand them better. And you're going to say, oh, I know. And it goes like, wow, that clicked. I know exactly what that meant. A lot of times, you know, awakenings, a lot of you have been asking me too about, okay, there's an awakening happen. Twin flames are supposed to come together. Yeah. Everybody is different though, remember that. Everybody is unique. Not everybody is going to come to the union. Not everybody is going to connect at once. It happens when you work on yourself. So there's really no timing on when these things take place. And I always say timing is like it's never in sync. You know, I wish it was. Like you could be saying, okay, it's going to happen. You can feel it, and maybe it will. But if it doesn't, and that goes like even for all divine partners. I was just giving an example with twin flames. But the awakenings that happen inside of you, inside of them, it's all part of the divine process. You know, so I hope that this reading resonated with you. There was a lot of different messages coming through, and sometimes I don't understand them because I know it's being given to me to give to you. So if you'd like to get your own personalized readings, I'm still offering them when I'm leaving, because I'm going to be leaving the next couple of weeks. And basically, if you're following me on Instagram, or if you're receiving my newsletter, you will get all the information on the times that I will be available. I'm going to be going to France to my family, husband's family. My family is very sick, and there's some things we have to do over there. So it's like more of like family vacation, or if you want to call it that, but it's going to be fun, I guess. I'm excited, but I do this every year, so it's not like something that I don't usually do. So those of you know me, I will be available, and the times will be in the description area as well. I'll just put it all in there for you guys. Well, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so, another thing. I just want to thank all my new subscribers. Many of you have been coming to me, and I haven't been engaging as much, so please forgive me. It's just that I have a lot going on with my pups as well, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. So far, they're doing really good. So thank you guys. Thank you all for reaching out to me. It really means so much to me. It's not an ideal time for me to be wanting to go out and leaving them, but sometimes family, we have to do what we have to do with our family. So, family means everything. So it's like I said, take it down, take it slow, dream big, focus on yourself, focus on the love, the light inside of you, because you can be an inspiration to others as well. That's what motivates me. You guys motivate me totally. When you guys talk to me and it just speaks to me, it speaks to my heart, it makes me feel, like we're family, and we are. And I'm always here for you guys. So if you're not following me on Instagram, Facebook, or any of my social media sites, I hope we can connect. The links are down below in the description area. So, just send me a friend request or whatever, and I will, talk to you guys, and maybe mention you saw me, and we can, interact. I love that. I love communicating with you guys. So I will be communicating also, again, when I'm over in France. Hopefully everything will go right with, my digital and electrical and everything equipment. It always does, but I always like to give it to the universe. So I will be doing lives, hopefully, God willing. So I look forward to that. So anyways, God be with you all. Namaste.